Hey y'all, this is Kirsten Pankratz from Poplar Spring Farm, and I gotta tell you, I lied to you, but it wasn't on purpose. I thought we were gonna be planting potatoes, but it just keeps raining and raining, and we haven't been able to get it back out in the garden. It's just really wet out there, and I'm kind of glad we didn't plant because I think the potatoes might have even rotted. But next week is supposed to be sunny again, and hopefully we'll get in the garden and get those potatoes planted. And we did plant some carrot seeds, and this rain is like the perfect weather for them. But I wanted to share just for fun, yesterday morning while the kids and I were working in the kitchen, we just took a bunch of clips and I put them together so y'all can see what we were doing. And I hope you enjoy that. So yesterday morning we set out to do some stuff, which started with yogurt. And then the girls cut up a whole bunch of tomatoes. They are the ones who normally cut them all up for me, and then I put them through the Cuisinart, which is how we make sauce. I just run them all through there, and it chops up the seeds, and it chops up the skins, and it kind of makes a thicker sauce that way. And I like it because it doesn't waste any parts of the tomato, it just uses the whole thing. So I spent some time working on that. This was our first big picking of tomatoes, and we actually got more than what I expected. So that was nice because they're just starting to come in, and we should really get a lot more than this. So probably by next week, we'll be making sauce every couple days and canning it. So this is the Cuisinart that I have, and I fill it a little more than halfway full. I don't want it to overflow. I learned that the hard way, and it just makes a mess. So that's about as full as I make it, and it just whips everything up real quick. And then it's real nice puree. Okay, at this point, my yogurt was coming off, which was good because I needed that big pot for my sauce. And I just let the yogurt sit on the counter and cool. So I've got one pot on the stove, and I put it on usually fairly high, between medium and high, and let it start cooking down. And then I got another pot going, and then we started making butter. We had separated the cream off of the milk and let it sit out for a bit, and then I put it through the mixer, which is how I usually do it. And then once the butter actually formed, I run it through really cold water and then just keep squeezing it to get all the milk out. So this is the first milk and cream from our cows, but I used to get milk from the Amish, and so I made butter for years doing that. So here's Clara adding in all the herbs and spices to the sauce. She likes doing that, making little piles and then stirring it all in. And we let it cook down for several hours until it got real nice and thick. I can it ready to use, so real thick, pizza sauce thick. And then we just use it for whatever we want, whether that would be spaghetti or pizza. And we usually make homemade pizza on the weekend, so that's what most of our sauce goes for. So fill in the jars to about 1/4 inch from the top. And I used to heat my jars in hot water and have my lids all in hot water, and I don't do that anymore. My jars were clean, and I just filled all the jars at once, and they're fine. And of course, you have to remember after you get them filled to wipe the rims real good. And I did not spill, so I knew that my rims were real clean. Normally I take a wet washcloth that's like a new clean wet washcloth and wipe the rims, but I knew mine were good. I just went over them with my finger just to double check. And then I got my 4 jars lids out and put all those on. Next, the bands just finger tight. And that is my steam canner, which is not a pressure canner. Steam canner takes the place of a water bath canner and does the same thing. The other sauce you can see was cooking down. So we got 13 quarts of sauce by the end of the day, and a little over a pound of butter. And then we got 4 quarts of yogurt, which I made into Greek yogurt. Well, there you have it. That is what a morning can be like for us on our farm. We stay pretty busy, and we're very thankful for all the food that we have. Thanks for watching, and hopefully next week I'll have a video that will include planting our fall potatoes.